Hello and welcome to Productivity for Solopreneurs, where each Wednesday at 1 p.m. I share insights into getting things done. So, welcome. So, today is live number 106, and the topic is 2 types of procrastination and strategies to stop them now. So, if you give me just 1 second, I'm going to make sure that I have actually gone live by refreshing that, see what is happening. Let's see if it catches up. So if you are watching, let me know by saying so in the comments. Just saying hi whether you're watching the replay or you're here live. Oh, it does appear to have gone live, so that's good. You know that because you're watching it. So anyway, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Evie Burke, and I help women entrepreneurs who want to take their productivity to a new level. They're overwhelmed, they're exhausted by everything that they want to and need to get done in their business each day, but they're not interested or able in working or interested in or able to work, 9 to 12-hour days that it seems like they would need to do to actually get everything done that they want to get done. Instead, they want to be fully present in everything they're doing, whether it's working or they're not working, just being fully present with the people that they're spending their off time with. And they want to have healthy boundaries. So I help them create impactful solutions that focus on getting their high priority areas completed so they can grow their business and be the high achievers that they know they can be. So, like I said before, today's topic is all about procrastination. We're going to be talking about the 2 forms of procrastination and strategies for what to do with them. So, I know we've all done it. We've all had those days where nothing important has gotten done. It happens to everybody. So let's talk about what those 2 forms of procrastination are. So the first type of procrastination is generally what we think of when we're thinking of procrastination. And that is where you have short bursts of productivity and then long stretches of not anything really getting done. So something useful might be getting done occasionally, but not usually too much of it. So what do you do when you have that unproductive procrastination? So some strategies to help with this are to only check your email or your social media at certain times, because those can be things that can really lead us down that unproductive path, right? And when you do check your email or your social media, have a plan for how you're going to check it or what you're going to do. So this might be time limits. This might be only checking specific folders in your email to make sure you're on top of the important things. And for social media, it might be a very specific strategy about what you're doing, whether in Facebook it's certain groups that you're going to, or um, in other places like certain accounts that you're checking or certain groups that you're checking, whatever that is, you have a specific strategy that you're using to know how to spend your time. Another one is make sure you're getting enough sleep. So if you are tired, it is really, really hard to focus. It's been proven. So make sure you're getting enough sleep, because when you're not, it can really lead to procrastination. There's a YouTuber I watch where he kind of rallied against, I don't know if it was Elon Musk or who it was. I'll have to find the video and I'll post it. But just kind of called BS on the people who are like, successful people work, all day, and they're only getting 4 hours of sleep. And he was saying that's BS. Because he's done it where he's gotten very little sleep and everything suffered. And he is the head of his business. If he cannot deliver, then nothing else really happens in his business. Because everything is about supporting him so that he can do his work. So, yeah, so make sure you're getting enough sleep. And the last tip here is know what unproductive procrastination looks like for you. So I know for me, if I'm watching a bunch of YouTube videos in the middle of the day and it's not, lunch or something, then I'm probably procrastinating and I need to like reel myself in and say, okay, what do I really need to be working on? What's going on? Do I need to have a nap? Do I need to maybe give myself something else to do this afternoon? Because usually it happens in the afternoon. Am I overtaxing myself by trying to do something that I just don't have the mental attention for? And what's something else on my list then that I can do, right? So readjusting as needed if there is something that um, isn't isn't really you're not really able to keep attention and focus with. All right. So know what being distracted or procrastination looks like for you so that when it happens, you can very quickly say, oh, this is happening. Let me make some adjustments. Let me see what's going on here. Okay. So that's unproductive procrastination. And I just gave you the hint there about what the second type is. So if the first type is unproductive procrastination, then the second type is productive procrastination. And productive procrastination is where you have this thing that you need to do that's super important and you know that it's going to help you meet your goals and it's a high priority item and you're going to get to it as soon as you do all of these other little things that are on your list, right? So you're super productive or you feel like you're super productive because you're getting all these little things off your list, all of these, lower priority items. And then, oh, you know what? I ran out of time and I didn't get to this thing that was actually the super important thing that I needed to do today or this week, right? So all your low priority tasks get done, but you don't end up doing the thing that you said was really, really important. So that's productive procrastination because, man, that to do list looks good. You got a bunch of things checked off, but not the one thing that was actually the most important. And another way you can kind of tell that this is happening is if that same really important thing has been on your to-do list for days or longer. Sometimes when that happens, it might mean that maybe it's not as productive or not as important as you thought it was. So you might need to readjust. But a lot of times there's some avoidance happening. So are you a master of productive procrastination? Because it can take a lot of different forms. I have found myself, it's been a while now because I recognize it pretty quick, but I found myself cleaning the bathroom, which I hate cleaning the bathroom. And so that task gets done, which is super great, but it means that I'm avoiding something else. So, what does that look like for you? It could be a bunch of things on your to-do list. It could be some things around the house. What does that look like for you? So some strategies for this are, again, knowing what it looks like for you. I've already said that. Also, be aware of excuses that masquerade as reasons. So what this means is you are telling yourself, oh, well, this thing over here is actually pretty important and it needs to get done like right now, when really it doesn't. But you're using that reason, that actual excuse, as why this other thing isn't getting done. So be aware when you're kind of BSing yourself, okay? Another thing that you can do for this is ask somebody to hold you accountable for um, getting this task or this project done. And maybe it's a friend that you're saying you just asked to hold you accountable. Maybe there's consequences if you don't get it done. Do consequences that are appropriate for you if you choose to do that. Don't don't make it crazy. Um, or if there's a group that you belong to, maybe post it publicly there and ask them to hold you accountable. There's a bunch of different things you can do there. And also, something else you can do is make sure that you have some time blocks in your week where those are the times where you're getting those really important tasks of the week done. So maybe every Tuesday morning from 9 to 11, that's your time to get whatever is your most important thing for the week done. Okay, so you have that time set aside. You don't schedule clients there. You don't do other client work there. You don't have coffee meetings there. That's the time for you to do whatever is that most important thing for the week. Okay. Another thing to think about here is make sure the task is very well defined and broken up, because if the to-do that you're avoiding is update the picture on your About Me page, then that sounds pretty straightforward, but there's a lot of pieces that go into that. So if you were to break it down, it might be, how many steps do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 10 steps. And so those 10 steps are, maybe post to a Facebook group that you belong to in your local area, asking about who people would recommend for headshot or pictures on your website, right? Um, Step 2 might be picking, 2 or 3 of those photographers that you want to research for their location and pricing. Step 3, pick the photographer that you want to work with. Step 4, find the phone number or email address for that photographer. Step 5. Anyway, call or email the photographer to find out what their process is to work with them and get that headshot session scheduled. The next step might be setting up the time for having the meeting and having the pictures taken. Next step might be picking the picture that you want to use for your website. And then next step, upload that picture to the website. And the last step would be adding that picture to your About Me page, right? So that's a lot of steps that probably are going to take minimum a month to complete, that you might have had on your to-do list as update your picture on your About Me page. So when you're sitting down for the day and you're looking at that, you're just like, oh, there's no way I'm going to get that done today, because there's so much to it. So make sure it's broken down into the steps that make it actually make sense. And then like the other side of it, like the little psychological thing to that, is it's giving you steps to check off so you don't feel like, oh, I'm still not done with updating that picture on my About Me page. I did some of the work, but I still have more work to do. Where instead you're getting things you can cross off and say, yes, I'm making progress on it. I'm getting closer to getting it done. Okay, so having those things broken out can really help you see the progress that you're making. So that is productive procrastination. So for a quick review, unproductive procrastination is those things that you do that don't actually move anything forward. That might be watching TV, Netflix, YouTube, getting lost in social media, any of those, whatever it is for you. Those are just some examples. Yours might look different. And then productive procrastination is when you do everything on your to-do list except the thing that is actually the most important to get done. So just notice when that's happening too. I am going to include a link to my blog in the description, so that if you want to read this, you can head over there and you can do that. And then also, if this is a topic that feels like it's impacting you personally and you would like some help with this, let's talk. And the easiest way to do that is by applying for coaching. And I'm going to pop a link for that in the description too. So until next week, much love.